Well, it's mid-morning. Earlier on, heard a bit of croaking down at the creek, but I didn't want to head that way. I probably should have. That was basically taking me straight back to camp, and if he shut up and I couldn't find him, then I'd be wasting a fair bit of time. But in hindsight, in buckside, probably should have. I'm here to hunt stags, right? Or bucks. Probably should have followed that noise, but he sounded pretty distant. Anyway, made my decision, pushed on. About 2 hours, a couple of k's deep into this forest, and we're at the head of a gully. This massive, very deep gully goes down here. I've got to get across this river up into the next section. I've pretty much been methodically trying to figure out how this thermal works, and it's been pretty bloody good, to be honest. Move into a new section, find a good vantage point, thermal the whole thing, find birds, find bloody rodents, wallabies, good heat signatures, and as soon as I've done that, if there's no deer that can be seen, I just move a little bit, get a different vantage point in case they're behind some trees, and then move on, do a bit of glassing. I caught a couple that I thought were deer. Man, the roos looked like deer in the bush. Just two lone roos by themselves in the distance, and it took me a bit to get them, but once I finally found them in a scope, yeah. There's no reason to get the heart started, that's for sure. Anyway, but unprepared, forgot to bring any food, bought my hot water, forgot to bring my coffee. That's what happens when you have a late night. Anyway, it's been good fun. Probably going to push on for another hour and a half, and then I'll bust it that way, try and find myself to the road, but some pretty big ridges around me, so I suspect it's about to get gnarly. Alright, keep posted. Pretty happy with my morning's work now. Finally busted into an area which I thought was pretty good. Come up out of a creek down here. Got a creek system here behind me. I'll just show you. There's a good 5 or 6 acres of this nice sort of clear underneath eucalyptus. Get good shooting through it. Now I haven't seen any animals here, but along the edge, if you have another look, I'm sitting on the border of pine on my left, eucalypt on my right. The eucalypt drops down into a creek gully, as they normally do. Under some big pines, about 200 metres back that way. Found a scrape, a bit old, but it was a scrape. I'll send you a photo, I'll put a photo up for you. And then about 50 metres further along, a fresh scrape, a real fresh scrape. Fresh scrape as in probably today or yesterday. Had some really fresh markings on it. And then another 50 to 100 metres along the pine, just under a pine, just back here. I'm sitting off it so I don't stink it up. Another scrape. So 3 of them along here, looking into this nice country, drops into the gullies. It's perfect. Anyway, that'll be me for the morning now. I'm not going to keep pressing on. I've got to find now my quiet access, and that's the job now. I've got a couple of tracks on the map here somewhere. I'm going to find some shooting lanes, measure some distances, and find my quiet, quick access in for coming in by dark. Pup now, got a spot. My other spot's pretty active too from yesterday, but it's easy to get to, and there's another 3 hunters hanging around it, so kind of giving it up, looking for something else. This time of the year is not the right time of the year to be looking for new spots, but I've got a bit of time. and I'd rather find something out of the way, so there I am. Anyway, that'll do. Hopefully tomorrow or tonight, come down, I can hear some croaking. Okay, update on the spot. You can see this cruises down into a gully. At the bottom of that gully there's quite an easy access over the creek. It's not even really a creek, it sort of turns into a bit of woody, boggy stuff, which is good because it's got scrapes and prints and pads and all sorts of stuff on that. And then I've got a shooting range straight through here to those pads. It's 242 meters or something from here to there, so I'm set up for that. So pretty much now I want to try and see some activity here. So I'll come back for dark. I found this track, look. I can basically walk in quietly, set up on this track. I've just got to figure out how long it takes to get me from here out. Anyway, it's good vantage. Lots of cleared land. Pretty pumped with it. So here we go. Well, that will happen fast. Just after my last little video showing the shooting range, Missy winded 2 deer, put me straight on them. I've nailed one and I missed the other one, sadly. I've blown up this area now, but that happened real quick. Alright, come on, girl. All pads. Good girl, Missy. Good buck. Oh, I shot that far back. So, we've been basically hunting all day, trying to get to this. I have you on camera talking about scrapes that I found, and then Missy just winded these two as we were walking past the last bit of this clearing, and there were 2 young bucks. This one got shot twice. I hit him in the front shoulder first, and then I saw him hop, and then got him a bit far back on the running shot, but I think I've got 2 shoulders, 2 back legs and the back straps to get off him, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to butcher him up here. I'm not going to take the whole carcass back, and I'm going to pack him out, and I reckon that's probably the end of my camera. So taken with the same rifle that I've been using from Beretta. It's the BRX1. It's got the Steiner Predator Rate 2 to 16x42 scope on it, powered right back down to 4. Actually it's on 3, and I'm using Seiko Super Hammerheads. They're good rounds, 180 grains, massive for fellow, but that's what I have, so I did the job. I'm going to get butchering. Thanks, fellas. When all else fails, there's always the good old iPhone, I guess. Running out of batteries everywhere. I am pretty stoked. I mean, public land hunting is, you know, it's the real deal. You know, you come out here, you're in nature, you know, there's no farmland here. You've got to find the habitat that they're working through, and you know, it's easy to have these conversations when you've got an animal down on the ground. But I can tell you I've left none or more than once without taking an animal, so I'm always pretty chuffed to do it. This young spiker is going to be perfect for me. I'm not too far from the car, but I'm not going to carry him out whole. I'm going to butcher him up here and get him out, but he's a pretty cool character. I'm pretty chuffed with this guy. We put in the hard yards today, and we got one on the board, so I can really focus on that big buck. See how we go. Just unreal. Just have to say that my mate here, she just casually stuck her nose in the air and said, "Dad, there's a deer there." I looked over, bang, 2 deer. That's everything that I've been working on come into play and working right there. It's a good moment. And I cherish it. We've got all day to get back to camp. I need to hurry. When you train an indicating dog, to get success like this is just the best thing ever. Like, it's just the thing that makes hunting for me so good. And what's different about this, she's been around me with me when we've taken deer before, but this is the first time that I've shot a deer that she has 100% indicated and taken me into. Often she's with me when I see the deer in the distance and we move in and we shoot it, and then she'll track it afterwards. But this time I would have walked straight past these. They were only at 20 metres. They blend so well, but there's no way I would have been able to get these deer without her. And then she took me into the animal once it was dead. So that is start to finish everything that I want out of Missy, which is just unreal. So to top it all off, I just showed you a video of me giving her some of the meat. She doesn't eat the meat. She unless it's cooled down, she's never eaten the meat. It's just the first time she's taken a piece of the kill off me and eaten it. So that's pretty special. Little things that make these trips amazing. Anyway, this is what we're navigating to get out of here. Anyway, I've got a big climb to get out onto the road and on the back. It's about 4 k's. I'm already bastard. I'm already buggered. Anyway, let's go.